So much better than where I've been.
Yeah, contrast is good. You
Yes.
couldn't even know that if you didn't know that. How do you know what you want if you don't live some of what you don't want? Yeah?
Yes, and I've been in a place of starting my life over again. My partner of 11.
Everybody does. It's just that you want to be dramatic about pointing out special times that you do that. But every moment is like that. We're not asking you to be so precise in your focus that you can feel it in every moment. But when people say, I've started my life over so many times, we say, you've been launching rockets of desire, and your inner being has been trying to get you to start your life over and over and over and over and over again, because your inner being knows what really is possible for you. But it's only when you finally have had enough that you let go long enough to make a little headway. Did you hear what we said? Most people only make a little headway when they're burned out, when they finally give up. And you're not giving up your desire, you're giving up your resistance.
Thank you. And I know I've put a lot into my vortex over the years, and I'm at a point in questioning my life of, do I still want those things that I launched and said and thought that I wanted?
You have no choice. You launched it, you want it, your inner being knows it, your inner being's attracting to it, you have no choice, and you will not be happy if you don't move in those directions. You are a lover, and when you hate, you're going to feel miserable. You are a powerful creator, and when you don't go with the flow, you're not going to feel good. Your desires never dissipate. They just evolve and morph and become more and more and more, but they never go away. But your relationship to them changes, because sometimes you're tired, and sometimes you're ornery, and sometimes you're influenced by people with other bags of marbles around you. But your inner being always keeps the light on what you've asked for. And you never, ever feel good if you're not moving in the direction of who you really are.
Does it matter what I go after first?
Say what?
Does it matter what I go after first?
We would go after what feels the most good to you. The thing that is the most satisfying just to think about. Because that means there's less resistance in that than anything else. And that's the way the universe can show you how good you are at this. That's what the blue glass butterfly and feather story is about. When you ask for something that you don't believe, you can hold yourself in tension for a long, 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 long time, maybe your whole life. Jerry always said, put your basket out far enough that when you hit it, it's going to thrill you, but not so far that you don't think you can. So let yourself want something that's a little challenging, but that you certainly know is possible. And then when you let yourself have it, now you stand in a stronger place of amending the desire still further. What do you want? What do you want? Be general. What do you want?
I want my 2 children to be born to me.
You want your 2 children to what?
To be born to me. They're 2 wonderful souls who have waited a very long time for me to find their biological mother.
Oh, they're not waiting. No, they're not waiting.
Okay.
No, they just keep stacking up. He's not ready, we'll go with you. He's not ready, we'll go with you. It's not like that. He's not ready, we'll go with you. What you're attracting, you will rendezvous with it. You're not missing the boat. There's another and another and another and another and another. You're not missing out on anything. You're just getting ready for what you're asking for. You don't feel ready to lead. So you're the one that has the brakes on it, and it's all right. It's wise, in fact. And so don't worry about that. That non-physical consciousness that is coming forth to you is not patient, because it doesn't have to be patient, is understanding. When people say to Esther and her friends, thank you for your patience, Esther always says, you must be thinking of other people. You don't have to be patient when you understand that you can have whatever you want.
Thank you.
So, do you believe, we really want to know this, everyone does, we know what you want. You want to parent and guide and inspire and uplift and dance with and thrive with and have joy with your children.
Yes.
Do you believe, so we know what you want, do you believe that it's a sure thing, it's just a matter of timing?
Not fully.
Yeah, because when you believe that it's just a matter of timing, then you relax and enjoy the journey. But when you doubt rather than believe something that you really want, then there's a tug of war within you that holds it apart from you. You have to come when your belief and your desire are in the same vicinity, then things start unfolding. All over this planet, there are people just like you that are looking for the other part of what you're looking for. This is not a difficult matchup. But you can't get there when you don't believe it. So what do you think's holding you back? We don't think it's about the parenting part.
No. Fear of inadvertent harm from some of my sexual kinks that I have that I would never non-consensually do.
Fear of retribution?
Fear of retribution, fear of judgment, fear of inadvertent harm being done even from a place of intention and love.
That's what we meant when we said not ready. Want this, but don't want it for this reason. So you just got to clean that up. Just got to get control of who you are a little bit at a time. Nothing will come to your experience that is not something that is vibrationally active within you. And so spend more time thinking the thoughts on all subjects. Stay off that subject for a little while that feel good. And when you find yourself on a subject that doesn't feel good, understand why it doesn't feel good. That it's just a matter of where you're focusing.
Got it. Thank you for that.
Be easy about it. Now is really powerful because now is where you meet your inner being. Now, there's always been a now, but you're meeting your inner being now in a stronger place of clarification than ever before. And so everything's different. And so you can't evaluate what's coming next by what's come before because everything's different now. That's what we mean when we're trying to encourage you all to get outside the belief box and more into the desire box. Just take it easy. Just take it easy. When we say you can be or do or have anything that you desire, we're not kidding. And there's not an exception to that. You are not an exception to that. But what you are is a wobbler. You're this way, this way, this way, this way. And that's not uncommon. Most people on the planet are that to some extent. But when you have a strong desire that you're wobbling about, then it torments you in a stronger way. And then you come to conclusions that are not accurate. Play a game. Play a game with yourself for a little while. Just make some lists of things that you would like to attract into your experience so that you can show yourself the following things. Show yourself that you are seen, that you are appreciated, that you are worthy, that you are loved, and that you can attract what you're focused on. Just show yourself that. Because words don't teach. We can reassure you all day long. But until you show yourself. Yeah.
Sounds like a wonderful game.
It is a wonderful game. It'll give you confidence and it'll leave you knowing that whatever you want, you can bring into your experience.
And something else that comes up for me is I have spiritual guides. I have a very rich inner spiritual world within me, and I've been afraid to let myself access that, to be able to channel that and talk to non-physical, metaphysical beings, what people might think of me, might judge me, and somehow label me as crazy, insane,
well,
block me from what I'm looking to bring forward.
Everybody feels some of that, but this is more important, what's going on with you. When you calibrate to the source within you, what you're called to feels wonderful. We talked earlier today about streams of thought. You are an easy translator of vibration. So you just want to make sure that you're in a good feeling place before you start translating the vibration, that's all. And that's what's got you a little wobbly and all that. That's why you're afraid to do it, because you're not sure that you can stand in a place where you can receive what you're wanting to receive. Esther did not know what she was getting herself into. She couldn't identify who we are. Her mother was very worried about it, and some of her friends were very worried about it. In other words, Esther, what are you doing? Her dad said, just don't go off the deep end. You got to be really careful about these things. People were saying, you got to do this, and you got to carry this crystal around, and you got to protect yourself from that, and you got to protect yourself from that. The thing that helped Esther the most was that Jerry was steady in his knowing that whatever Abraham was a good thing because of the way it felt. And so that's what you want to do. You just want to feel your way into it. Nothing can assert itself into your experience. Esther discovered early on, as she was receiving for Abraham, and Jerry was asking questions, never-ending stream of questions that he seemed to have. If the telephone rang, Esther didn't feel any possession. It's not like that. It's not like that. What you are doing is calibrating to source energy, if you want to. Calibrate to source energy. That's what we're talking about, the difference between the path of least resistance and the path of most allowance. When you get into that place, usually through meditation, where your mind is quiet and there is no resistance, your vibration will rise and you will come into the full understanding of who you are, into the full knowing of who you are. It's what everyone is looking for. But most people have been physically focused, see it, hear it, smell it, taste it, touch it, for so long, for most of their physical life experiences, that this feels like an unknown that they feel like they don't want to reach for. And yet it is not unknown. It is the most known part of you, you see. So just be decisive about it. Just make your decisions about it. There's nothing taking you over. There is nothing that has picked you out and is going to control you. Nothing like that happens anywhere in the universe. That's just the stupid stuff that people make up in order to make excuses for why they're not doing the things that they want to do. I'm not getting what I want, so it must be somebody else's fault. No, it never is. It's always your point of attraction 100% of the time.
100% me.
But it's
yes.
about this, and it's about this, and it's about this. You say, yeah, we see that you live that, and we understand why you feel that way, but look at it through the lens of the way the law of attraction is. It will not fluctuate. It doesn't deviate. It won't trick you. Once you understand the basis of who you are, it's consistent. It will let you always know where you stand in relationship to it. That's the most wonderful thing about all of this. Once you tune to your true guidance system, you'll never be misguided. Sometimes people would say to us, mostly in earlier conversations, earlier decades really, it was a lot of conversation at one time and then less and less, but used to come up quite a bit. People wanted to know, what if I allow myself to really believe what you're saying, Abraham, that I really am good and that I really am worthy and that I really am love? And what if I feel my way into that alignment? And what if everybody comes to believe that they get to be or do or have whatever they want? What will happen to the world if there aren't those that are preventing and protecting and trying to keep people from doing things? What will happen? And we say, if you're asking what will happen if you come into alignment with source energy and others do too, what will happen is you will all have a really good time together, because you cannot connect with source energy and do what you consider to be a bad thing. Those things are vibrationally not possible. You cannot have love in your heart and be a vibrational match to that which is source energy and be a bully or be mean or be insecure. The law of attraction is vibrationally accurate all the time. But these are just words to someone that hasn't felt their way to it, you see. Good enough?
Yes, I do have one other metaphysical question. I hold this belief that I am you disguised as not you, you are me disguised as not me, and we are all infinite variations of the one that truly is. And within that,
we would go along with that in this way. Everyone is an extension of source energy. That's an easier way of saying essentially the same thing, except you took us down a lot of tracks that we don't want to go down.
Okay, so everything is an extension of source energy, and I'm curious, is that also included of all other beings as well, like those of the Fae, of you Abraham, Bashir, and all the other star seeds? Is that all still from the same source energy?
All consciousness, no exception. All source energy, all pure love, and varying degrees of pure love being allowed by any physical part of it at any point in time. Whether you're talking about cellular, biological, furry friends, all pure positive energy. The furry friends do a much better job of allowing it, don't they? Yeah, really good.